see these people is what continues to make the passion in me burn for the multifamily industry. So back to family. So been
Yeah.
married. So kids. What do we look like
Well,
as a
let's go
father?
that.
What we got?
Well, let me go back with my wife again. So my wife is
Okay.
my wife. If usually if you see me, she's always right there next to me. So she's been my partner, and we're best friends. And I first thing I'll do is when we're done today is call her to tell you she's going to want to know how I did. And so um, we're always together. When I got installed, I brought her up on stage with me, and we got installed together. I was just glad that she didn't raise her hand when they said raise your right hand, because I thought she would. But no, we're always together, and we're fortunate enough that is in her career at Rent, she was able to travel with me. So, and even as my years chairs, almost every one of the cities that I was able to go visit, she was able to go with me. So I was really blessed with that, and being able to talk about, because she's in the business, or it has been, is talk about the business and what I'm going through. She has an understanding, so that's always great. And then her being there, and then my son Jeff. So I have one biological son, Jeff, and he is with this carpet supplier. He first started in the business working with me on the owner side, and then I had my own management company for a few years before I sold it. Um, and Jeff worked with me with there as well. And then when I started with BRG, Jeff left and went to a company called Right Rug, a carpet company, and Jeff's been there now just over 7 years, and he's done an amazing job. But it's truly a family affair. We're in the go to the Dayton
Mhm.
Association meetings together, and Karen, my wife, and son and I, we all go in, and we're there together in different parts of the business, and same thing in others. So that's really fun having him a part of the business as well. And he'll use my name at times depending on who he's going to see about clients, but which is fun. But and the same, he'll use my wife at times, back and forth, depending on when it's
If I was in
convenient as
your
well.
area, I would name drop you too. I name drop you in my area
Uh,
when I'm talking to my friends. Like, well, Don Brunner is going to be on my podcast, so I would definitely
it's
name
just
drop
kind of
you
funny.
all.
Yeah. Sometimes he doesn't want to be my son. So, but yeah, that's fun. But and then my wife Karen has 5 kids, going from 31 to 41, and we're all just one big happy family, and none of which they've all 6 at one point have been employed over the time, which is kind of fun. So all 6 of them I've worked with all 6 of them at some point over the career, different spots, filling in for summer work or whatever. So that's kind of fun. Um, but none of the other 5 are in the multifamily space, but still, they're there always with me. And then we have blessed to have 6 grandkids, and so Jeff, my son, has one, Axel. He's 10 months now. Karen's daughter Molly has one. Is Eddie, who's 9 months, or soon to be 9 months tomorrow, and he's just a pistol too. And then we got a 3-year-old redhead that's just a spitfire. She turned 3 on Saturday, so she's really the apple. If anybody goes onto my wife's Facebook, you'll see nothing but pictures of the grandkids all the time. And then we've got 2 7-year-olds, Nico and Walker, and we were with this weekend and last night. And then Tommy's 9, so he's the leader of the pack at 9. So you'll find us at ball games and events and school events and whatever. So we're always that's really what we want to focus on at this point.
This is amazing. You're exactly the person that I thought that you would be. The way that you light up when you're talking about your wife and your grandkids and your family, it just, I said it once before and I'll say it again. It just exudes when I see you. You come off as this family person. Like, I was talking to Dana Duckworth and we were laughing. I was like, he come off like Uncle Dunn or somebody. Like, you just,
Yeah, I'm crazy
like
Uncle
you said,
Donnie.
Don Brunner. Brunner Uncle Don. I was like, I don't know. If we get there, I might call him Uncle because that's
Right.
exactly the way that you come off is as this uncle, and it's so easy to come up to you and talk to you. And I know we're laughing about it and we're making light of it today, but I want to let you know, as an African American woman in this space, sometimes that's intimidating. And the higher the position gets, it's intimidating sometimes to go up to people and say something to them, or to know, wonder, does that person know who I am? Because even what you're doing today that's allyship. It's people from your platform that's looking on here. Or even when I had Alex Jack you on, I know that bringing her on was going to open up the door to me asking somebody else, and they were going to say, well, you know what, Alex Jack you did it, so I'll do it. And that's going to be the same way for season 3. It's going to be somebody that says, well, Don Brunner did it, so I'll do it. Don Brunner attached himself to Ty, so I'm going to attach myself to her. So your attachment does not go lightly. We're in a
No.
space in this industry where melanin and multifamily, where we're black women, we're kicking in the door and we're coming through, and we're wanting to be seen and to be heard. And it takes an ally for that to happen. It takes somebody else to use their privilege to help us get to where we need to be in this industry. So I want to go on record today for thanking you, because even though if you don't realize how much privilege that you have, the privilege that you have and that you used it today to help me, I really appreciate it. And we will forever take pictures when I see you, because I'm always going to grab you and be like, Don, come on, let's get our picture, because that really means something to me. So before we end this today, Don, we talked about you being the CEO of your company. We talked about all of the volunteering that you do for the associations. We talked about you being a husband, a grandfather, and a father. How do you balance all of that? Because sometimes I find myself tipping over, and I'm not doing as much as that, and I find myself tipping the scale. So we're at the end of the year. The burnout is real. I know that there are people out there that are exhausted. What do you say to them just to keep them going just a little bit longer to end out 2023?
It's real. You definitely have to know that, and that goes a little bit to the point where I mentioned about overcommitting yourself to too many committees or too many different factions. Really, it's important you can do the ones that you can make work and all of those things, because it's just as important to have Thai time as it is to have Arkansas Apartment Association time, right? You need to be able to take some time
Yes,
for yourself, right? And that's really key. So for me, I try to make sure I maximize my time, and when I can start early on a morning to go through things, I'll do that. Um, if it's at nighttime, depending on what's going on in the evening, my wife and I, not as much now, or still happens, but 10 o'clock usually is the computer off. So if going through financials or working on looking at reports or looking at something, we try to make sure by then we shut it off for the night. But try to do that a little sooner. But it's really just prioritize and make sure you get done what you have to, keep good list, and whatever it does that keeps you organized to click off what you need to, and to stay on top of. It's really important, but you still got to make sure you take a little time for yourself as well, even if it's just a few minutes to separate. So
definitely. Yes. Have the balance, people. The burnout is real. We're approaching the holiday season. So make sure, like Dunn just advised you guys, set boundaries, make time for yourself. Find time to turn that computer off. Is going to be there the next day, and make sure that you're honing in on your family. That's something that Tony Sosa and I talked about. And he always talks about, how to balance being a dad and a family person, and all the things that we have going on with the multifamily industry. So before we leave today, Dunn, is there anything else that you want to say to the people before we say goodbye?
well, I'm not sure who all's listening or who's around, but it's truly my pleasure to be an honor to be on your show with you today. So I've listened to watched your show a few times online, and was pretty excited about it when you asked. And I definitely would always be there for you. I'm excited to watch this continue to grow and your career grow, and excited for um, getting to know more people through NAA over the years. I might not be in office anymore, but I'm still going to be around and hopefully continue to just grow the friendship. And it's 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 really special what we've been able to people we've met through this over the years. That trust me, if I'm in Arkansas, I haven't been there in a while, but if I'm in Arkansas, I'll definitely be knocking on your door and we'll go get some coffee or lunch. So um,
Definitely.
that's one of the beauties about this industry is that we meet friends and from all different parts of the world and backgrounds that we can just be together when we come to a city. So you mentioned Marcy earlier. Marcy came to town and Karen and I took her out to dinner just because we needed to spend some time with her. So it'd be the same thing if you guys came up here. So we're
Well,
always
hey, me and my melanin multifamily girls, we might show up and definitely take you up on that offer.
pleased.
I definitely agree with what you said. The relationships that are built through this industry are lifelong friendships. I look forward to growing a friendship with you, to working side by side with you in this industry. And just thank you so much again for today. I look forward to seeing you in California. To everybody that
Absolutely.
is out there listening, thank you so much for spending your lunch hour with Dunn and I today. Hopefully, something was said new about Dunn that you did not know, or something that inspired you to just go out there and just to be a change agent, get involved in the multifamily industry, and continue to move forward. If you see me at AOD, please make sure you stop me, introduce yourself, and if there's a story out there that needs to be told on Talking with Ty, just hit me up in an inbox on LinkedIn, send me a Facebook, an email, but just let me know. And we're looking for more people to bring on here for season 3, but you got to have a story. You got to have a good story. All right, Don. Thank you so much. You have an amazing day, and I will see you in California.
See you in a couple of weeks. Bye bye.
All right. Thank you. Bye bye.